Hi everyone, and welcome to today's episode of Women in Retail Talks. I'm Caitlin Sullivan, Associate Content Editor with the Women in Retail Leadership Circle. In today's episode, we're excited to offer a presentation from the 3rd Annual Women in Retail Leadership Summit from Sarah Comstock, Global Communications Director at Deckers Brands. Listen in as she shares how Deckers Brands is creating a more women-centric company culture.
I'll just stand here. Hi, everybody. Sorry about those technical difficulties. I'm Sarah Comstock. I'm really pleased to be with you today. I am part of Deckers Brands. And for those of you that don't know Deckers, I imagine you might not. You probably know UGG. UGG boots, anybody own those? They're sort of ubiquitous. That's one of our brands. Another one of our brands is Teva sandals. You might have gotten some flip-flops yesterday over at the pool. Go get a pedicure and enjoy those. I'm really proud of our brands at Deckers, but I'm also really proud of the women-centric organization that we have at our company. So I wanted to take a couple minutes today to talk to you about what we do at Deckers. It's an informal program, but I wanted to give you an idea of the genesis of these programs. So Deckers, it's a company we sell products in 50 countries. We're global. And like many global companies, we have a lot of men at the top. Our CEO is a man, our head of EMEA is a man, our head of omnichannel is a man, men. We do have one lone C-level executive that's a woman, Graciela Montgomery. She's our Chief Human Resources Officer. And not too long ago, maybe 3 years ago, she was at a cocktail party and she encountered a woman who was the first female stockbroker that sold stocks on Wall Street. They had an instant connection. They're both towards the end of their careers. And they were leaders before a lot of women were leaders in their industries. And they thought, wouldn't it be great if we could have a formal program that talked about women and their unique leadership abilities in this male-dominated society? Let's see how we can change the paradigm. So they both connected. They thought, let's do this. So they partnered with Antioch University, which Deckers is based in Santa Barbara, so it's a small liberal arts school in Santa Barbara, and they started a program called the Women and Leadership Program. And what it is the chance to get women who are leaders in all different communities, whether it's retail, government, nonprofit, education, and it brings all these women together for a 10-month curriculum. And in that curriculum, they learn things like we talked about yesterday. They learn about empowerment, in bringing teams together, communication, innovation in a female-only environment. And what Deckers offers is four scholarships to 4 women at the organization who are able to attend this program. So it's pretty unique that we offer that. But what I really want to talk to you about with this program is the mission of the program, because I think it's something that really applies to all women. The mission is it enables the development of a significant network of like-minded individuals committed to enhancing opportunities for women to succeed in important and meaningful leadership roles. Well, I think Melissa and Jennifer live this mission. It's not just the mission of Antioch University and their program. I think it's a mission that we could all adopt. So I would say, let's let this be our call to action. So one of the neat things about the Antioch program is there is a requirement at the end of the program to take the new skills that you have and put it into action. So one of the attendees of the program started something at Deckers, and it's now called Women Inspire Now. And what it is a program to inspire leaders within our own organization. And it started with one conversation. The conversation was, wow, I've really enjoyed this 10-month curriculum. I've enjoyed learning from leaders in our industry. How can we do this at our office in Goleta, California? So she reached out. Her name is Cassie Gibson. She was just a manager at the time, and she thought, I really want to do something and make a difference. So she reached out to her human resources partner, and she said, do you think it's possible that we could get 4 leaders in our company, 4 women, and invite them to come on stage and talk about their experience and share their stories? The answer was yes. And so what we did is we sent out an email only to the women in our organization, and we invited them to come to this panel. We asked them to submit questions ahead of time, and we had 4 women, just like you saw on stage throughout the last day and a half, answering questions. And it was a really exciting event. Well, instead of just being a one-time event, we took that energy and we thought, well, what else can we do for the women in our organization? Let's expand it. So we reached out to 15 women in our organization that are VP level and above, and we asked them, would you be willing to go to lunch with 12 women in the organization that you don't even know, and just talk about your experience and how you got to where you are today? So that was our next event. We asked women if they wanted to join. We asked 15 leaders, and of those 15 leaders, guess how many women said, I don't want to participate? 0. They all raised their hands, and they wanted to do something for the other women within the organization. So that was our second event. It was a brown bag lunch, and after each of these events, we've been asking for feedback. What can make this better? Well, instead of just talking to one woman leader in the organization, we want to talk to all of them. So the third event that we had was a speed dating event, not too dissimilar to what we did yesterday by the pool, but on a much larger scale. So we had 20 seats in a circle and one female VP at the head, and we did this 15 times in our large rotunda at the home office. And every 10 minutes, you would have 10 minutes to ask that VP any questions that you wanted. How did you get there? How do you do work-life balance? How do you come back from maternity leave and not lose traction? And we had all these questions answered, and it was a safe environment to answer all of these questions, and it was a huge hit. It also became a great networking opportunity. We had people from distribution, from accounts payable, from the brands, from our 5 different brands all attend. So it was a really great chance to meet women from different walks of life within our own organization and to network across the organization. And most importantly, we served wine. Nothing gets the conversation started better than wine. So that's what we've done at Deckers. And again, the third photo with the 3 women, that's Connie Rishwain. She's our former president of the UGG brand. Graciela Montgomery, she's our chief human resources officer. And that was Linda Pazin, who was our VP of corporate communications, all sitting on the stage together answering questions. People were having a great time. So this is my call to action to you. Wouldn't it be great if all of our work environments, whether it's a startup, a Fortune 500 company, or somewhere in between, felt like this room all the time? That would be amazing. So I would encourage all of you to think about what you can do in your organization to make it a more women-centric organization. Because I guarantee the guys aren't worried about making a more women-centric organization. So if you don't do it, no one's going to do it. So don't overthink it. Keep it small. This came out of one idea of having 4 women sit on a stage. You can do that. Start small. We started with one idea, and all of a sudden, now we have a logo, we have a name. It's called Women Inspire Now within the organization. We have a calendar. We know that 3 times a year we're going to have these events, and that they're going to be more popular than ever. Each one gets bigger and bigger. Use your resources. Reach out to your HR partner and see if they'd be willing to have an event, if they'd have a brown bag event. Get a book club. If you don't want to talk to your HR person for whatever reason, just talk to some female leaders within your organization. If you haven't read Lean In yet, buy it. Read it, and a month later, have coffee and talk about it. It's really easy to get the conversation started. And that's what happened for us at Deckers. People are talking about people. It's really important that we have those conversations. We don't have a formal mentoring or sponsorship program, but now we have an avenue for easy networking at our company. And we're building connections. It's really piqued the topic of women and leadership within our organization, and it's really opening doors for all women to grow their experience. So really, it takes just one person to create a woman-centric organization, and I encourage all of you to take the energy, the passion, and what you've learned this week to take it back to your organization to see what you can do to make it more women-centric and more women-centric focused. Thank you.
Thanks for listening to this episode of Women in Retail Talks. If you want to learn all things women in retail, you can find us on Twitter and Instagram at WIR Leadership. Thanks, and I look forward to you joining us on the next episode of Women in Retail Talks.